Anxiety is not me, it's just nervous system activation. Anxiety is a misinterpreted survival response. It was never anxiety, it was identification. Anxiety is not me, it's just nervous system activation. What does this mean? It means this: a thought appeared, the body reacted, chemistry moved, heart rate increased, breath shortened, muscles tightened. That is activation, that is biology. Now, the illusion begins when you say, I'm anxious. No, the nervous system is activated. You are claiming ownership of a mechanical process. The heart beats without you, digestion happens without you, adrenaline releases without you. But when activation happens, suddenly it becomes me. Why? Because the ego feeds on ownership. Anxiety is a misinterpreted survival response. This goes deeper. The body is designed for survival. It does not care whether if you'll make money or not. It does not care about your reputation. It does not care about winning. It only detects threat. The mind imagines future loss. The body interprets that imagination as threat. It activates. This activation is useful if there is a tiger, but you misinterpret it as something is wrong with me. Nothing is wrong. The system is working perfectly. The error is interpretation. You are labeling survival energy as psychological failure. That misunderstanding creates suffering. It was never anxiety, it was identification. This is the deepest one. There is a thought, a sensation, a chemical wave. None of these are suffering. Suffering begins when you merge with them. You say, this is happening to me. I'm anxious. Why can't I control this? The moment you identify, you glue yourself to the moment. Without identification, it is just movement, a wave in the nervous system, temporary. When identification stops, what remains? A sensation. That's all. The suffering was never in the sensation, it was in the ownership. Now listen carefully. You are not trying to remove anxiety. You are trying to see that anxiety is constructed from thought plus chemical plus ownership. Remove ownership and the structure collapses. Not by effort, by clarity. So, you are not anxious. You are attached to an image of who you must become. That attachment creates psychological threat. Psychological threat activates biology. Biology moves and you panic over the movement. The system is innocent. The misunderstanding is yours. Now tell me, when the body activates and you do not call it me, what remains? Just energy. Can you sit with that without interfering? So, you don't want comfort, you want to see. Let's look. There are two movements happening. A narrative in the mind. Will I win? Will I make money? What if I fail? A sensation in the body. Tight chest, heat, restlessness, shallow breath. You think they are connected. They are not. The story is psychological time. The sensation is biology. The mind says, this means something about my future. The body says nothing. The body is just firing signals. So, I would not tell you to calm down. I would ask you, who is threatened? Not intellectually. Actually look. Is there danger right now? Or is there imagination? Anxiety is not caused by the future. It is caused by identification with the thought. The thought says, my worth depends on outcome. The body reacts as if a tiger entered the room. But there is no tiger, just projection. Now see something subtle. You are trying to release anxiety. Who wants to release it? The same mind that created the story. So the mind creates a fire and then wants to become the firefighter. That is the loop. The body sensation is not the problem. The interpretation is. A fast heartbeat is not anxiety. Tightness is not anxiety. It becomes anxiety when the mind says, this shouldn't be happening. This means I'm losing. This means I'm behind. Without interpretation, it's just sensation. And sensation pass, always. Look carefully. The story is memory plus imagination. The sensation is chemistry. Neither is you. They are movements. You are the one aware of them. But even that sentence, your awareness, don't turn it to philosophy. Just notice. You can observe the story. You can observe the sensation. That means they are objects. You are not an object. Now here is the uncomfortable truth. The stress is not about money. It is about identity. You want to be someone successful, winning, admired, safe. That bonding creates psychological tension. The nervous system is just echoing the psychological demand. see the illusion clearly. Nothing is wrong in this moment, but the mind says something could go wrong, so it manufactures urgency. The body obeys. Don't fight the story, see it as a story. Don't calm the body, let it tremble if it wants. When there is no resistance, the wave passes. When you try to control, it persists. Ask yourself quietly, if there was no image of who I must become, would there be stress? Sit with that. Not as technique, as observation. Anxiety dissolves not because you relax. It dissolves when the illusion of psychological threat is seen completely. When you see a rope is not a snake, fear vanishes instantly, not gradually, instantly. Right now, there's only a thought moving, a sensation moving, both temporary, nothing personal, nothing prophetic, just movement. Stay as the one who says, not the one who fixes. That is clarity. So, which comes first, thought or body? Most of the time, a thought appears first, not deliberately, not chosen, it just appears. Example, what if I fail? What if I don't make money? What if I lose? The brain does not know imagination from reality. To the survival system, a vividly imagined threat is real threat. So the moment the thought is believed, the body begins responding. What happens inside the body? Here's the biological chain. The thought activates the amygdala, the threat detector. The amygdala signals the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus activates the sympathetic nervous system. Adrenal glands release adrenaline or epinephrine, noradrenaline. If the thought continues, the HPA axis releases cortisol. Now, what happens physically? Heart rate increases, breathing becomes shallow, blood moves from digestion to muscles, muscles tighten, pupils dilate, stomach feels tight, chest feels heavy. This is not anxiety, this is the fight or flight system. It evolved to escape predators. The system is innocent, it is mechanical. The critical error. Here is where illusion begins. The body sensation appears, then the mind says, oh no, I'm anxious. Why is this happening? This is bad. I need to stop this. Now the second layer begins. The body has one wave of activation. Now the mind adds commentary. That commentary produces more thoughts. More thoughts is more amygdala activation. More activation is more cortisol. Now you are in a feedback loop. Thought, chemical, sensation, interpretation, more thought, more chemical. This loop is anxiety, where identification happens. The moment you say, I'm stressed, that is identification. But look carefully. There was a thought, a chemical release, a sensation. Where is the I? The I is added afterward. You merge the story and the sensation and call it me. That merging is ignorance. The body itself is not the problem. Here is something powerful. If adrenaline rises before a race, you call it excitement. If adrenaline rises before a speech, you call it anxiety. Same chemical, different interpretation. So the chemical is neutral. The story labels it. You are not stressed. Your system is activated. There is a difference. Why the mind starts spinning? Now deeper. Why does the first thought appear? Because the brain is prediction machinery. It is built to scan for danger, and your identity is built around success, security, status, winning. So the mind keeps asking, will I survive? Will I matter? Will I win? It is not evil, it is primitive. But when primitive machinery controls psychological identity, you live in chronic alert mode. How to compartmentalize? When it happens next time, do this. Step 1. See the thought as a sentence, not as truth, just as mental audio. Step 2. Notice the body reaction. Call it activation, not anxiety. Step 3. Do not connect them. Let the thought exist. Let the body pulse without commentary. The body chemical wave lasts 60 to 90 seconds unless you feed it with more thoughts. The mind prolongs it. The real illusion. You believe, if I stop thinking, I'll be safe. No. You will be safe when you see thinking as thinking, not as prophecy, the deep insight. Anxiety is not thought, chemical, sensation. Anxiety is the identification with all three as me. When observation separates them, the glue dissolves. And when the glue dissolves, The system quiets naturally, not by force, by understanding. Now, I will ask you something very important. When the body is activated and you do not add a story, is there suffering or just energy? Sit with that, not philosophically, directly. Now tell me what you notice. So, there was never anxiety, there was a thought about the future. The brain treated it as danger. The nervous system activated, chemistry moved, sensation arose. Then came the mistake. I am anxious. That sentence glued everything together. Thought plus chemical plus sensation plus ownership is suffering. Without ownership, it is just activation. Without interpretation, it is just energy. Without identification, it passes. The nervous system is innocent. The body is innocent. The mind predicting is innocent. The suffering begins when you call the movement me. See the mechanism clearly, and the illusion weakens on its own. Nothing to fight, nothing to fix, nothing to suppress. Just see. That is the end.